Welcome back to our channel. For those of you who are new to us, we are the Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi show here on YouTube. And on our channel, we discuss all things love, life, relationships, and pop culture from both the millennial perspective, myself, and the Generation X perspective. And I'm Sammy Nicole. This is my lovely mother, Fifi. And tonight, what are we going to be talking about, Fifi?
Well, today we are talking about, I saw a post on, I think it was V103 Instagram page, where it talked about a young lady, boyfriend proposed to her, and instead of giving her a ring, he paid off her $40,000 student loan debt.
That was very nice.
So the question was, would you accept the $40,000 student loan debt payoff instead of an engagement ring? And Samantha brought up a valid point.
Well, before we get into that point, what were some of the responses you heard on the radio show?
No, I want a ring. I could have made a payment plan for the $40,000. I want a ring. I want an engagement ring. The majority was people wanted the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And felt like that she got cheated out of a ring. And then some people were glad with the payoff.
I mean, I would be happy. If my, significant other proposed to me and they told me they paid off my $40,000 student loan, I would be very grateful. But, I still would want a ring. What's wrong? Even if you had to go to K Jewelers or Jared's or, J.C. Penney's and get me a little $2,000, $3,000 ring. I think, he could still get a ring for her. If he could afford to pay $40,000, what's the extra $2,000 to $3,000?
So you saying both?
Yeah, I would want both.
I would want both.
And I have an issue with this, guys, because I feel like, especially with, black women in particular, I feel like we're always given the either or as black women. We can never have both. It's just, I feel like our society, even our community, always expect us to just be happy with the bare minimum.
Whatever we get.
Yeah, and I feel like, in my opinion, I think we have some of the lowest standards across all communities. I really do. I just feel like in our community, we're always shunned. If you want more, people shun you. But I don't think we realize as a collective, as black people, that the woman is the foundation. The woman is the table. And so, if a woman doesn't have standards or morals, more than likely her community is going to reflect that as well. Wow. And I think a lot of times when we look at our community as black people and we talk about all the issues that are going on, I think part of that is because we don't uplift the women, and we don't protect the women the way we should. I know that whole hashtag protect black women has become like a cliche now because people say it so much on social media, but I think it is true. And I think that, when you get with the woman, especially when you procreate with the woman, that's going to be your child's first teacher. She's going to instill those morals, those values into your child. So I think it will, logically speaking, and from just a biological standpoint, it would make sense to want to have children with a woman where she has standards and she has boundaries, because she'll be able to pass that on to your children and your legacy. So I think we really, really need to stop shunning black women for finally waking up and having more standards about themselves, because when black women thrive and when they have standards and morals and values, the whole community thrives. And I think a lot of times, sometimes when you hear men shunning women for having standards, or they may say you're too bossy, you're too stuck up, you're too uppity, those are usually men who are coming from impoverished backgrounds, or they have mothers who, didn't feel confident and, secure in who they were, or they have mothers who felt like they couldn't rely on a man. I know a lot of men come from single parent homes where they saw mom, working 2-3 jobs to take care of them and their sisters, and dad wasn't around. So they're not used to seeing a woman being provided for, taken care of, and being able to depend on a man. The same thing with women. A lot of women are taught by their mothers, don't depend on no man for nothing. Now, should you be self-sufficient as a grown person? Of course. You need to be able to take care of yourself, whether you're male or female. But just the whole notion of you don't need a man for age, don't depend on no man. That whole rhetoric, I think that's based in fear, because you know usually those people are coming from backgrounds where they couldn't depend on the men in their lives, and the women didn't have any choice but to get in on their own. It was either sink or swim. So I just get tired of seeing that. Why does it have to be either or? Either you get a ring or you get your loan paid off. Why can't it be both? I also feel like asking those little trivial questions like that, I feel like that's only posed to black women. I don't hear too many white women being asked with those questions, or Hispanic women or Asian women. If they are, let me know. Post some links to the screenshots, and if you see something like that being asked in their communities. Same thing with this whole going 50-50 rhetoric. I feel like you just date within your class. You date within your price range, If you come from a background where you can afford as a man to be the provider and pay for everything, there's plenty of women out there that are on the same page with you. If you're a man and you want to go 50-50 on the bills, there's hundreds of thousands of women that will be in agreement with you. So I don't even understand why that's such an argument. Like, I just feel like only those arguments are pushed in our communities, And it's just like tired and lame. It's like, just date within your level, date within your class. And class don't always have to mean money. A lot of times it can be what your expectations or your parents were of you growing up, their teaching, your educational background. So there's so many other components of class besides just monetary value. But
there you have it.
I'm just tired of those either or. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
You tired.
It's exhausting. Or, ladies, if your man was in prison and he cheated on you and had a baby on you, but he never beat you, would you stay? And it's just like all these dumb ass questions. It's like I don't get it. It's like women get shunned when they do settle, and then when they don't settle, they get shunned. I just feel like it's one of those things where, on another note, another tangent, it's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. It's always going to be some judgment. And I stand by that. I do feel like the bar is in hell when it comes to standards for black women as a collective. I mean, look at our community. Look at the proof is in the pudding.
There you go.
I mean, every 8 hours a black woman is killed, and a lot of times it's from an intimate partner. So I just feel
that's alarming.
That's every 8 hours. Yes, that's a statistic. You can look it up.
Statistic is very alarming.
So I mean, I think it's good to push black women to up their standards, because I feel like women are so influential. I feel like women influence men. And I feel like if women as a collective up their standards and set their boundaries more, I think men would rise to the occasion, because they wouldn't have any choice. At least, heterosexual cisgendered men would. They would rise to the occasion. And sometimes you even hear men complaining about women's standards being low, and, they're not requiring as much. It's so easy, or the P doesn't have as much value anymore, or, just stuff like that. So I think that's another thing. I think we as women, we need to realize just how powerful we are.
Yes.
And how we would just, even if it's not all of us, because there's always going to be some, lost causes out there. But if the majority of us as women could get on the same page and be firm about our values, our morals, our standards, our boundaries, I really think we could see a shift with men, because I think we're more powerful than we realize than we give ourselves credit for. But I understand that the patriarchy has distorted our beliefs, and so that's a lie that we're not powerful, but we really are. And I think that would help kind of restore the balance between men and women, and it wouldn't be such a men as a collective wouldn't have such an adverse reaction to women wanting, just the basics, just wanting somebody that's a protector and a provider. I don't know. I just don't see what's wrong with that.
So I would like to pose the question to you guys, our subscribers. Which one would you want as a woman? Which one would you want and we have male subscribers as well. As a male subscriber, would you do both, or would you offer the option? So just let us know down in the comments. But I would want both. I would want both.
Yeah, I would want both. I don't see anything wrong with him getting me a $2,000, $3,000 ring.
I mean, paying off my student loan.
Yeah, if he can afford to pay off $40,000, that's a lot. I think what's wrong with him throwing in an extra $2,000 or $3,000 for a ring? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think that's unreasonable. You know, I'm a pretty logical person. I know there are always going to be some women who may be on the extreme, but I also think as a man, that's your responsibility to vet a woman properly and to make sure, you know, where her head is at, so you can try to avoid those situations. You want to definitely date a woman who, you know, has her standards, but she's, you know, not unreasonable. And I guess that's for you to determine as a man. But
right. But let us know.
Yeah, let us know down in the comment section what you think, guys. So yeah, any other thoughts?
No.
This is it. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm Sammy Nicole. This is Fifi. We're the Sammy Nicole and Fifi Show. See you later. Bye.